Ever wish you could, like, send a secret message through a dream? It
Yeah.
sounds like, total sci-fi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, get this. Back in the early 90s, the CIA actually dove headfirst into this whole idea.
Really?
We're cracking open some declassified CIA files today, and trust me, things are about to get seriously weird. Think, like, lucid dreaming meets ESP with a little dash of spy thriller thrown in for good measure.
It's true, yeah. These documents, they detail a structured experiment. Like this wasn't just, some wild thought experiment they had. They were really digging into whether lucid dreaming could enhance what they called anomalous cognition, or AC for short.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. We've all had those, like, bizarre nighttime adventures our brains cook up, right?
Yeah.
But imagine being totally aware that you're dreaming while it's happening. That's lucid dreaming in a nutshell.
Right.
But AC, that's like next level stuff, right?
It is. It's like, imagine being able to gain knowledge without, like, relying on your five senses.
Okay.
Think of those moments when you just know something,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't explain how.
Right.
That's the realm of AC things like telepathy, where you're basically having a mental conversation with someone, or clairvoyance, where you're like picking up information just beyond normal perception.
So, like, knowing what someone's thinking before they even say it, or like getting a glimpse of the future.
Exactly.
Definitely some X-Files vibes here.
Yeah. And the CIA wanted to know if lucid dreaming could somehow amplify those abilities,
Oh, wow.
potentially creating a way to, like, send or receive information secretly.
Oh, wow.
I mean, imagine the possibilities.
Yeah.
Secret messages transmitted through dreams.
A whole network of psychic spies. Okay, now you've got my attention. So how did they even begin to test something like this?
Well, they designed a full-blown experiment with two groups of volunteers. Now, these weren't just, random folks off the street. We're talking experienced lucid dreamers, people who could just slip in and out of that dream state almost at will.
Wow.
And for added intrigue, they also recruited individuals who had already shown some real potential in, previous ESP research.
Okay, so they assembled a team of, like, dream experts. But what exactly were they trying to do?
Okay, so picture this. They had these sealed envelopes, each containing a unique photograph. The mission, should these dream voyagers choose to accept it, was to tap into those envelopes while lucid dreaming and somehow glean information about the hidden photos.
Hold on, so they were trying to see if these folks could basically see through the envelopes with their minds while they were dreaming.
Yeah.
This is getting good.
Yeah.
What were the photos of?
And here's a detail that just adds to the whole intrigue factor.
Right.
They didn't just use any old snapshots.
Right.
We're talking about vivid, distinct images pulled straight from, like, National Geographic, Those breathtaking shots of landscapes, animals, cultures from around the world.
I see what they did there. They wanted images that would really, like, stick in your mind, making it easier to tell if the dreamers were picking up on something real.
Right.
But how in the world do you even begin to measure success in an experiment like this? It's not like you can just ask, so did you see the picture in your dream?
You're right. Dream recall can be tricky. So they got creative with their methodology. And this is where the scientific rigor really shines through.
Okay, so walk me through this. They've got these, like, dream explorers. They've got their top secret National Geographic stash. How do you even begin to track what's going on in dreamland?
So they used a ranking system.
Okay.
After a night of, these dream missions, the participants were presented with a lineup of potential target photos.
Okay.
And then their task was to rank them from, like, most similar to least similar to what they experienced in their dreams.
So it's not just about a perfect match. It's about, like, degrees of recognition. Like, maybe they didn't see the exact photo of, like, the Great Wall of China, but they dreamt of a winding stone dragon. And that image, like, resonated more strongly than, say, a photo of a bustling city.
Yeah, exactly. It acknowledges that dream recall can be, like, fragmented, symbolic, even, like, downright strange at times,
Right.
And this approach, looking for, like, patterns and probabilities, that aligns with how scientists often analyze data in other fields, too.
Right.
It's not always a clear-cut yes or no.
Makes sense. You don't scrap a whole medical study just because, one person forgets to take their pill one day, right?
Right.
It's about the bigger picture. But speaking of patterns, I've got to know, how do you even train someone to be a, like, top-notch dream spy?
Well, you don't find dream spy listed on any ordinary resume, that's for sure. But the CIA took their training seriously.
Yeah.
We're talking, like, home study courses developed by the Lucidity Institute,
Right.
an organization known for its work in dream research.
Right.
They also had, like, weekend seminars dedicated to honing those lucid dreaming techniques.
Dedicated is an understatement. These folks were practically earning their PhDs in dream espionage.
Right.
But wait, there's more, right? You mentioned something about a dream light earlier, and it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. What is that?
Oh, the dream light, yeah.
Yeah.
It's real, and it's pretty wild.
Okay.
It was a device designed to, like, encourage lucid dreaming,
Yeah.
using carefully timed flashes of light.
Okay, break it down for me. How does flashing lights equal, like, suddenly realizing you're in a dream? It sounds like something a supervillain would use to, like, mess with people's minds.
It's actually rooted in, like, some pretty established sleep science.
Okay.
You see, external stimuli, like sounds or even smells, they can sometimes work their way into our dreams, you know?
Right, yeah.
Ever been jolted awake by, like, your alarm clock, only to find that the sound was somehow woven into the plot of your dream?
All the time. I once had a dream that my smoke alarm was actually a tiny opera singer.
There you go. The dream light works similarly.
Okay.
The idea is that when these carefully timed light flashes are detected during REM sleep, that's that, deep sleep stage when most vivid dreams occur,
Right.
they can become like part of the dream itself.
Oh, wow.
And because the flashes are so unusual, they can act as a sort of like alarm clock within the dream,
Mm.
triggering the dreamer to realize like, hey, this isn't real life. I must be dreaming.
Okay, that's insanely cool. So you're drifting off, the green light does its thing, and bam, you're suddenly the star of your own, like, personal Inception movie.
Yeah.
But how do we know these folks are really truly dreaming and not just making stuff up? I mean, I can totally control my dreams, I swear. Isn't exactly hard evidence.
That's where the beauty of like modern sleep science comes in. You see, they didn't just take the participant's word for it. They had the tech to back it up. Remember those brainwave patterns I mentioned earlier?
Yeah?
Scientists can actually monitor brain activity during sleep using something called an electroencephalogram, or EEG.
Okay, so they've got, like, dream experts hooked up to brainwave monitors. They're being bombarded with light flashes, and they're trying to see inside sealed envelopes using only their minds. This is some next level stuff. But the biggest question of all is, like, did it actually work? Did our dream explorers tap into those National Geographic photos?
Well, the CIA document, it doesn't exactly give us like a Hollywood ending with this big reveal, you know? It focuses more on what's called effect size.
All right, time for a quick stats refresher and keep it simple. What's effect size in a way that even I can understand?
Okay. Think of it like this. Imagine scientists are, testing a new cold medicine.
Okay.
It's not just about whether people get better or not, right? It's about how much better they get. That's what effect size measures the strength of the results. A big effect size means the medicine is like packing a punch. Small effect size. Maybe it's not doing much of anything.
So it's like, is this a game changer or just a whole lot of nothing?
Exactly. And when it came to the CIA's lucid dreaming experiment, the document, it suggests the effect size was, well, it was pretty darn interesting. Now, they're careful not to claim, like, definitive proof of anomalous cognition, but they definitely found the results to be noteworthy.
Noteworthy, but not conclusive. Sounds about right for the CIA, always keeping things a little mysterious. So what you're saying is we're not, like, booking flights to psychic summer camp just yet, but there might be something worth exploring here.
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
And remember, this was just a pilot study, a small-scale, trial run, just to see if this whole dream espionage idea, like, held any water.
Right.
And it's worth noting that even if we completely take ESP off the table, this research still opens up some fascinating possibilities.
Like what? I love a good what-if scenario.
Well, let's talk about that dreamlight technology for a second. What if it could be, like, refined, perfected even, to help people who are, struggling with sleep disorders?
Okay.
Imagine, like, using lucid dreaming techniques to combat insomnia or even, like, rewrite your own nightmares.
Okay, now that's something I can get behind. Forget psychic spies. Let's talk about getting a good night's sleep. But seriously, the implications for things like, anxiety, PTSD, even just plain old bad dreams, that's huge.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, like, what else could we achieve if we could consciously tap into the power of our dreams? What hidden creativity might we unlock? What problems might we solve? This research, it might have started in this shadowy world of espionage, but the potential benefits, they extend way beyond that.
That's the beauty of a good deep dive, isn't it? We start with declassified CIA documents and end up contemplating, like, The future of sleep, creativity, and just like the mysteries of the human mind. Who knows what we'll uncover next time? Until then, keep those dream journals handy, and we'll catch you on the flip side.